Hello and welcome to the Stargate Inner Child webinar. We'll be starting in about 1 minute. Let us know where you're coming from today and we will see you soon. Hello
and welcome
to the Stargate experience.
It's nice to be back with you again.
Apparently, a bird just came and landed on our balcony just as we were introducing it, but we didn't have our camera on.
So you can see the little stargates behind us on the balcony outside. So people are still signing in. Where's that one from?
Ontario, baby.
Oh, okay, Ontario.
We have people from Ontario.
Yeah, there are a few
UK.
countries that we haven't mentioned before. One of them was Latvia. We have people signing in from there. And also from Pakistan and Bangladesh. And if there's other countries that you're listening in from, Switzerland, I see there, and Croatia. I don't think we mentioned Croatia before either. So welcome, everybody.
Luxembourg, Chicago, Netherlands. We have a global...
Luxembourg we didn't mention before, I don't think either. So yes, we're having many different countries around the world joining us. Someone from Finland there, welcome. Haven't been to Finland yet. Maybe we should head up there one day.
Sounds good.
So the focus today is to give you an understanding of the inner child work, but also there's quite a large number of people that are signing into this that haven't actually experienced the Stargate before. So in a moment, we'll just give you an overall idea and concept of what the Stargate work is about. There's just something else that I wanted to mention before we get started. As many of you know, we have the Stargate Academy Facebook page, which is a private page.
It's a group.
A group, yeah. And you can sign on to that. And recently, there's been people talking about what we call the Marin Realigning webinar. That was a workshop that we actually did in Marin County, which is in California, just north of San Francisco. It was such a powerful experience that we actually created a webinar using the same meditations. What was so special about it was that over the day in Marin, Alcazar built up the energy stronger and stronger and brought in subtle energies, culminating in an energetic that actually was beamed down from a spacecraft into the Stargate and then radiated out to the participants. What this energy was doing was actually working at a cellular level within the body. It would actually disconnect our consciousness from a small part of your cells and then reconnect it again, virtually instantaneously. And so we had waves of this subtle energy going through, and each wave disconnected and reconnected different groups of cells until every cell in the body had the consciousness disconnected and reconnected. And the reason that happened, Alcazar said, was that it allowed your higher self or your real self, the consciousness that is you, to reconnect into the physical body almost as if you're your own walk-in. And in that way, it would make it much easier for you to start to release the limiting programs that we've built up over this lifetime. And it was such an amazing experience. And so we wanted to create that opportunity for more people. So many people were talking about it on the Facebook page. And so I just wanted to make clear that if you're going to do that meditation, yes, you can do it whilst you're doing the youthing course. But when you do it for the first time, you need to do the whole program. It's about a 3-hour program. You need to do it all at the same time, and you need to follow the progression in that webinar. That because Alcazar builds up the energy.
Yeah. So we'll include a link to that later on in this webinar. And what was special about that was after that meditation, it really did feel almost like I was renewed in this almost childlike way. I took a sip of water and it suddenly felt to me like the first time I had ever drank water. So it's a really powerful, which is why we bring it up now. And it was also, in a very real sense, Alcazar setting the energetic for this youthing program that we've just completed.
So,
and Sparky's asking if you need to listen to also the Q&As between the meditations. No, just the meditations, because they're an energetic buildup.
Yeah, the whole workshop is available, but the webinar that we did is shortened down to 3 hours. So the link will take you to the webinar itself.
Right. Cool. So I just invite everyone who's listening just to take a moment to center yourself, become fully present in the moment, and enjoy the expansion of awareness that comes when you narrow your focus. It's interesting. By narrowing your focus, your consciousness expands because you're actually focusing on the present moment.
And Maria is asking, after you've done the whole 3 hours, can we just listen to this one meditation? Yes, you can. It's always stronger if you do the whole thing. And so for the first time, absolutely do the whole 3 hours. Then if you just want to do that final meditation, that's possible. It won't be as strong if you don't do the 3 hours, but it will give you a top up, so to speak. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Thanks, Maria. Oh, hello, Olga, a friend.
Hi, Olga.
We met Olga several times in Moscow.
That's right.
Okay, so maybe it's time to start. So we invite you all just to totally relax, be really present, nothing to do. So first of all, we'll give you an overview of the Stargate work for those people that are meeting us for the first time.
Yeah. So some of you may be experiencing this work for the first time. And if you are, this is the Stargate.
A small version.
Yeah, we actually have a 10.5-foot version behind the camera.
So as you can see, it's a fairly complex sacred geometric structure. And this is something that Alcazar asked me to create many, many years ago when I was living in Maui, Hawaii. This structure is an anchor for a higher dimensional consciousness. There are many, many, or hundreds of them actually around the world now, because people like to have their own individual stargates. Each stargate is an anchor for a consciousness to be in this third dimension. And when Alcazar said that, it was like, oh, what does that mean? You know, I couldn't quite follow what he meant. And he said, well, it's very simple. It's very similar to your physical body. Your body is an anchor for a higher dimensional consciousness. It's just a simply different form. And the reason that we have these structures is that when we meditate with them, that consciousness, which we call the etheric stargate, creates very strong energy field. And you'll experience it a bit later when we do a meditation. And in that energy field, you become very sensitive to higher dimensional beings. So in the meditations, you get to feel the angels, for example.
You get to feel various ascended masters like the Buddha who share they literally vibrate with a higher consciousness. And what that does is it touches our energy field and we start to vibrate with that same higher consciousness. So it's literally the whole point of the Stargate work is to raise our consciousness through raising our vibration. And that enhances all of our senses. So all of the senses that we have in the physical dimension, sight, hearing, even taste and smell, we have in these higher etheric realms. So people start to have visions in these energy fields. People start to have instant healings. People, for like me, just feel this like total love energy.
Everybody's really unique. And so your experience with the Stargate is unique to you, but it's different every time. Because as you change, the energies come to you from your guides adjust. The guides are constantly supporting you in moving forward on your own particular path. So, the Stargates came to Earth, when was it, Jules? What year? 79?
What? The
When?
Stargate came in 89.
89. It's so far ago.
I know because it was the same year I was born. So
Okay, so the Stargates came in 89. And since then, I've been traveling around the world, sharing this experience with thousands and thousands of people. And all kinds of changes happen on a very personal level. Mental issues, stress dissolving, emotional issues dissolving, coming to the surface to be seen and dissolving, even physical changes, physical body changes, happening sometimes within moments, just by being in the energy field of the Stargate. And the beautiful thing about the Stargate work is that it's not about doing, it's about simply relaxing into the energy field and allowing the presence of the guides, the ascended masters and the star families, their presence, their high vibration that we're held in the Stargate energetic, your beingness naturally wants to realign, naturally wants to move back towards your perfection. And so if you can totally relax, that movement back to perfection happens for you. And as I said, you're all unique, and so it affects us in a different way for each person. Okay.
Great.
Anything else about the Stargate?
Well, if you're curious about the origin story of the Stargate, go to our website, thestargateexperience.com, and you'll see at the very bottom the origin story of the Stargate. And it's really amazing to listen to. It's like a sci-fi adventure story in a big sense, except that it's based in reality. Well, it's real. Okay, we'll just say that.
Somebody else was asking, how do we get a Stargate? You can take a look on our website and you can see information there about it.
Great.
Okay, so let's move on to the inner child work.
Yeah, so we wanted to have Alcazar come through and talk a little bit about why the Stargate inner child work is so different. And this has to do with the quantum energy field that the Stargate creates. It has to do with this expansion of our awareness and our ability to actually connect to the quantum field where there is no time. So in that quantum field, we can actually release traumas in the very moment where they were happening by essentially being there to almost like soothing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Alcazar was talking about the inner child work for many years. And so when he finally introduced it, I said, well, why? Why have we waited for so long? Because he said this is a really major aspect of personal growth, freeing yourself from past limitations, working with the inner child. And so I said, well, why did it take so long to actually start doing this work? And he said it's because he needed to have enough people holding that quantum field, being aware of the quantum field that the Stargate creates. With that group awareness, it was then possible to bring individuals into that quantum field where they can connect to their inner child. And we'll have Alcazar talk about exactly what this inner child is, because we don't have lots of little beings inside us. So it's a common phrase, and there's all kinds of different inner child work out there. But this is very different. The way that we work with it is very different, and the results generally are very fast. So get Alcazar in.
Yeah, let's bring Alcazar through.
And so, beloved ones, we greet thee, 'tis Alcazar. And as always, it is a great honor to be with you at this moment of your time. Why do we say this at this moment of your time? Because, beloved, we are not on your timeline. Time does not exist for us. We exist, let us say, in the quantum field. There is no time there. So we say to you in this moment of your time, simply to acknowledge you are still experiencing time. But when we work with the inner child and other Stargate techniques, we bring you into the quantum field where so many things can be readjusted, realigned very simply with ease. So, the Stargate inner child work is very beautiful. Let us describe first what we mean by the inner child. Whilst we do this, we invite you to relax and even close your eyes if you wish. For as we talk, we are sharing subtle energies with you already. When you are born, you come into this third dimensional reality, this physical reality. It is very harsh here compared to the place that you have just come from that place of pure love. And you come into the body and you experience being physical yet again. Each time you come, you very quickly forget about your past life experiences because the intention is to focus on the current life and to live and to learn through the experiences that you have here. As a small child, for the first few years, as the body develops, the brain-mind mechanism is totally focused on learning how to talk, how to walk, how to function in this 3D, how to use the hands to pick things up, and so on. So initially, the input from the child to the child is about feeling. the brain has not yet developed sufficiently to have a logical thinking as your mind does as an adult. Therefore, the child relates to its world around it through feeling. And so, as it feels, it interprets. So, when there is a difficult situation in the child's life, it doesn't logically understand it. It responds with feeling. So, we wish to give you a few examples. For a little child sitting quietly observing the world, and then the parents start arguing, start fighting, shouting at each other. The little child feels that energy, and it can even be a verbal, violent energy. The strength of the shouting, the anger, those energies are felt by the child. Without the ability to think, oh, this is something between my parents, it has nothing to do with me. The child does not have that logical ability yet. And so it feels this energy coming at it. It feels the aggression. It feels the anger. And sometimes it feels the emotional pain. And so when it feels these things, and remember, the child is still very sensitive. When it feels these things, he or she thinks, oh, I have done something wrong. Why are my parents sending this energy to me? What is wrong with me? And this is a very difficult thing for the child to experience. What is wrong with me? Why are they doing this to me? And this painful experience is not something that the child can figure out. And so, in order to survive, in order to continue, the child pushes this strong emotional experience into its unconscious. It pushes it away. On some level, it is saying, I can't deal with that. I am going to ignore it. And so it gets pushed into the unconscious part of the brain. But then that concept, what is wrong with me, remains. It is now an unconscious programming. That unconscious programming stays with you. And as that child grows into an adult, they have this underlying unconscious programming. What is wrong with me? I'm not good enough. There's something wrong. Why am I not loved by my parents? Why can I not receive love? Why am I not getting love from those around me? All kinds of concepts can be built up around a very small situation like this. There are so many limitations that are created by the small child simply because they do not understand. Simply because at that young age they did not have the ability to rationally understand. This has nothing to do with me. It is just my parents. So then, as the child gets older, and maybe you're now 5 or 6 years old, and maybe one day you go shopping with your mother or with your father. And as a little child, you love to explore things. You love to touch. You love to pick things up. And so imagine a little child going shopping with the father, and the little child sees something on the shelf, picks it up, and is playing with it, all excited about discovering something new. And then the father says, "Put that back. We can't afford that. Put it back. You can't have that." For the father, it's just telling the child, "No, you can't do this." But for the child, especially if the father or the mother is angry when they say these things, it can be a big shock and it impacts the child. We can't afford that. A big shock. He puts it back. He's afraid of the parent in that moment. And very often, this kind of thing is repeated. And so, again, the child starts to accept, starts to believe, I can't have what I want. We can't afford what I want. And again, that gets pushed into the unconscious. It becomes a programming. I can't have what I want. And so, as the years go on, the child doesn't want to pick up things. He knows, oh, I can't have that. It's very nice. I wish I could, but I can't have that. It becomes a program that says you cannot have what you want. As an adult, that programming, that vibration is still part of you. And so your vibration, which goes out into the universe, is saying, I can't have or I don't deserve to have what I want. There are so many issues that are created within you when you were a small child. So this is why we call this process the inner child. There are perhaps, let's say, dozens of small and large limitations that were created within each one of you, without exception, that are limitations in your adult life. So, the way that we deal with this, working with the Stargate energetic, is in a meditation situation, we bring you up, we raise your vibration to the 12th dimension. How? Simply by creating the field around you. And then as you relax into it, your vibration rises. In that 12th dimension, it is very easy for you to access the quantum field. So, what is this quantum field? It is a little difficult for the mind to understand. Your third dimension, this physical reality, is a small part of the quantum field. Almost, let us say, a minuscule part of the quantum field. Again, we say hard for the mind to understand, but just allow for that possibility. When your consciousness moves into the quantum field, you, the adult, can connect with the consciousness of you, the child, at any age, because it is in a timeless space. So you, the adult, can invite the child to come to you. And as the child comes to you, they come with one of these situations that you are ready to resolve. And then by talking to the child, feeling them, feeling their pain or their anguish, feeling their confusion, whatever it might be, you, the adult, can embrace them, hold them, say, it's okay, I love you. And you can then explain to them what was occurring. So let us take this first example we gave you, where the parents were shouting and fighting. You can simply say to the inner child, as you hold him or her, what was happening was nothing to do with you. What was happening was a disagreement between your mother and your father. There was nothing wrong with you, nothing to do with you. So, when you explain this to the child, they feel your explanation. And remember, they were very young at the time. So when you are connecting to them, they are still operating on the level of feeling. So they feel your explanation. And as they feel that it was okay, as they feel it had nothing to do with them, they let go of that fear. They let go of that feeling there's something wrong with me, or that feeling of I'm not good enough. And as you hold them and love them, and as they gently release that from their feeling body, it's released from you, the adult. It is really that simple. So that is the inner child process. And in a moment, we will guide you through a process that you can participate in. And right now, we are going to step back and to allow this one Julian and this one Pragit tell you a few more situations of how these limitations are created.
It is important to understand also, beloved ones, that your inner child is not just a wealth of trauma. No, not at all. The inner child has access to beyond the veil. For as we have said, you have just come from this place of pure love, pure knowingness of the true nature of reality. And so the inner child has a special connection to the unique gifts of your beingness. And so, yes, you can connect to your inner child. You can dissolve those situations which became patterns in your feeling body. You can dissolve those completely with your love, with your understanding. But you can also draw upon the inner resources of the inner child. For there is also a great wisdom that these little children carry. And if you have ever spent time with a little one, you know there is a naturalness, there is a beauty, there is an innocence. And so this inner child work is about the return to innocence and beauty. It is about reclaiming that soft, wise, pure consciousness.
Yeah, beautiful. So sometimes the conditioning that we take on even happens while we're still in the womb. So that as a small child, if your mother is experiencing stressful situations, that energy, you're still part of the mother. You're still being programmed, in a sense, with those energies. So, for example, let's just take an example where the mother is very timid, very shy, afraid of the father, afraid of men. That programming goes into the child. And so the little child comes in already vibrating with fear, afraid of men.
Yeah, just the other day I had a session with somebody who it turned out his mother was having a panic attack when he was in the womb still. And it was just amazing because, the tears came and then that was released. But it's like you imagine the little being in the womb and it's feeling what the mother is feeling. Yeah.
One of the biggest programmings that we've noticed as we've done these different sessions is people having a lack. And they tend to connect it to money, but it's a lack of abundance. And so, one thing to understand, first of all, that abundance is not about money. Abundance is having everything that you want when you want it, with a little bit more to share. That's the way Alcazar describes it.
He says it's what you need, but he also says that you need that vacation in Hawaii.
Yeah, they're part of being here and enjoying the physical. And there's not a requirement to be in lack. So many people, for different reasons, carry a feeling of I can't have what I want, or there's not enough money to buy what I want, or there's not enough of a certain thing in the world so that everyone can have it.
I think the new lack of abundance is lack of time, time compression.
So all these things are programs from your earlier years. And by working with the inner child, you can release them. So one thing to be clear of is that we have many programs. So this inner child experience is not something you just do once. This inner child experience is something that you can repeat again and again. And each time you connect with the inner child, it's not about saying to the child, okay, I want to deal with this or that. It's inviting the inner child to come to you at whatever age they choose to come to you. Because your greater self, your inner wisdom, will bring the child at whatever age the particular issue that they wish to work on. And so in the quantum field, it is almost like they are a separate being. The two of you are together in that same space. So you invite them to come to you, and then they will come and you'll tune into them and see what's up with them right now. What's the situation that's difficult for them at that particular age or in that particular experience? And then you will start to feel it. And then you can start to really connect to them. The most important thing with the inner child work is actually drawing them to you in that quantum field. And they don't always want to come right away. They don't always trust you, for example. Because if their issue is a lack of trust, they don't trust anyone. And in that quantum field, you are an adult. And even though it's you, it's an aspect of you, an energetic of you that has, in a sense, been trapped at that particular age. It's part of your energy field that hasn't evolved, that's maintained that level of fear or limitation. So as you invite them to you, embrace them, hold them, love them, allow them to feel your love. And again, sometimes that takes a little time. You have to really love them and relax with them and allow them to feel it. As they start to feel you, as they start to feel your love, they relax. Then you can explain to them the situation that was troubling them. And as they feel your explanation, they let it go. If they're not letting it go, then ask yourself, what else do I need to tell them? Have I really let them feel how much I love them? And eventually you'll feel they totally relax. You can see them change. You can look at their little face and see the difference.
Or feel the difference.
Or feel the difference, exactly, yeah. Okay, so the inner child is something that needs to be repeated again and again. If you find in your life there's a particular situation that's difficult, you can have the intention before you start of, I'd really like to understand why I have this situation. And maybe the inner child will come to you about that situation, but there might be another one which needs to be dealt with first. So always allow the inner child to present the issue to you. Cool.
So let's move into the meditation, yeah?
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool. So the Stargate work is really all about the experience, and the understanding of what the inner child is lays the foundation. So let's move into creating an energy field, and Alcazar will guide you through the process of actually connecting with your inner child. So we are going to turn our camera off for the meditation. There will be a link with the music.
We turn the camera off because we'd like to encourage you to actually close your eyes. Be comfortable. Adjust your bodies. You can lie down if you wish. And relax. And so we'll put on some soft music from our beloved friend, Robert Coxon, who does amazing channeled music for the Stargate. And in fact, he's going to be channeling music for the next Stargate workshop that we're doing. We'll talk more about that later.
And so, beloved ones, we join you again. 'Tis Alcazar. We invite you first and foremost to simply relax. As always with the Stargate work, it is not about a great effort. It is simply relaxing into the moment, relaxing into the sounds of the music, just inviting every cell of your body to relax. Very good. And we will begin by inviting you to create an etheric stargate around you. And so if this is the first time that you are doing this stargate process, it is simply to imagine that the stargate structure is coming and forming around you. You can even just imagine a pyramid if you wish.
And so each one of you just asking inside for an etheric Stargate, that is the consciousness of a Stargate, to come down and form around you. You can visualize it, imagine it, because your visualization or your imagination is an expression of your intention. And the Stargate will respond to your intention. So some of you will be able to actually feel it and see it, but just allow for the possibility that by asking, an etheric Stargate will come to you.
And so your etheric stargate is gently forming around you right now. And we ask each one of you just to ask inside for the activation of your etheric stargate.
We call for the activation of all the etheric Stargates around the world.
And what starts to occur is that a very gentle energy field begins to build around you.
Some of you might feel this already, but do not be concerned if you do not feel it yet. The energy will get stronger throughout this meditation. Whenever we work with the Stargate, we always connect first to the energy of the earth, the energy of Gaia, or Gaia, as we often call her. And so we ask each one of you to ask inside for the energy of the earth, the energy of Gaia, to come up into your body, into your energy field.
And just allow yourself to relax and feel the energy of the earth responding to you, inviting this grounding earth energy into every cell of your body, into your whole energy field.
Just the invitation, just the asking, nothing to do. When we say nothing to do, not even trying to feel the energies. As you relax, the energies will gently connect to you. Very good.
Very good. And so now we begin the process of gently vibrating your etheric stargates faster and faster. And so as we do so, beloved ones, the vibration around you gets faster. It actually moves up through the dimensional realities. And so right now, your etheric stargate is moving, vibrating through your fourth dimension, merging into the fifth,
And continuing to vibrate faster as it moves through the fifth dimensional energetics and into the sixth dimension now.
and so the vibration getting faster and faster, higher and higher. And we reach now into the seventh dimensional frequencies where we bring the stargate to a gentle.
And so now all the etheric stargates are vibrating at a seventh dimensional level. And so we're going to ask each one of you just to ask silently inside for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in your etheric stargate.
We call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in all the etheric stargates.
And what will start to happen is your stargate will start to radiate this seventh dimensional energy to you. And simply by relaxing in this field, your energy starts to rise also. And without doing anything, your energy starts to harmonize, also starts to vibrate at that seventh dimensional level. It is not a doing, it is a relaxing and an allowing. It is that simple, it is that easy, nothing to do. Just your intention is all that is needed. The intention to have a full experience in this meditation. Very good. And it just takes a few moments for this realignment of your energy to happen. Very good indeed.
And so you are now vibrating at a seventh dimensional level, and we are going to bring your etheric stargate even higher. And so raising the frequency again, vibrating you up through the eighth dimension, merging into the ninth, continuing to accelerate, gently raising the frequency. Yes.
Vibrating faster and faster.
And we are merging now into your 11th dimension.
Moving so rapidly up through the frequency ranges. And now we are merging into that which you would call the 12th dimension, where again we ask all the etheric stargates to pause.
And so your etheric stargate is now vibrating at a 12th dimensional level. And again, we ask each one of you to ask inside for a strong 12th dimensional energy field.
We call for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in all the etheric stargates. Nothing to do. And as you relax, once more your vibration rises. Once more, your energy starts to harmonize, vibrate with this 12th dimensional energetic field. And it is this connection to the 12th dimensional energetic that allows you more simply to enter into the quantum field. But before we do that, as always with the Stargate work, we invite the guides.
And so very often we begin with those known to humanity as the angelic realm. They have been known and trusted for thousands of years on your earth. And so we ask each one of you now just to ask inside with feeling. Yes, I would love to feel the angels right now, asking for the presence of the angelic realm.
We call for the presence of the angelic realm. Very good. And just feel as the angels bring their presence to you. Can you feel the energy changing around you? You can feel the angels because their presence vibrates your energy field. The angels coming to you just because you asked.
Very good. And an aspect within the angelic realm wishing to join you, they are known as the Elohim Council of Angels. And so just asking inside, we call for the presence of the angels of the Elohim. And feel, here they come.
The Elohim coming to you. They are a group within the angelic that oversee the Stargate work. And so they bring their support to each and every one of you right now. Very good.
You may notice they have a slightly different frequency than the overall vibration of the angelic realm. Another aspect of angels wishing to join you, and they are the archangels.
And so each one of you just asking inside for the presence of all the archangels.
We call for the presence of the multitudes of archangels.
And again, just feel a gentle shift in the energy as the archangels also join us, emphasizing their presence. Beautiful. And now we are going to invite some of the Ascended Masters. These are people who have walked the earth as you do in the past. They have reached that place that you call enlightenment and have no need to continue this process of returning into physical bodies again and again. But they are still very much available to assist in the continued awakening of humankind. In the various ways of working with the Stargate, we invite different masters who have different vibrations, different frequencies of support. We always invite the one known as the Blessed Mother. She is the one who, when she walked the earth, was the one known as Mary or Maria, mother of the one Jesus. We call her the Blessed Mother because she has such a beautiful mother energy, as well as the divine feminine energies. And so we ask each one of you now just to ask inside with feeling for the presence of the Blessed Mother Mary or Maria.
And so we call for the presence of the Blessed Mother Mary or Maria.
And feel, here she comes, feeling the energy of Maria coming to you, the energy of the Mother Mary coming to you, the same being, different names. Feeling that energy, invite her closer. Come closer. She responds to you, Mary, Maria, the Blessed Mother. And this mother energy is really beautiful, really supporting when you work with the inner child.
And so we invite another who carries a divine masculine frequency. He was known on this earth as Saint Francis of Assisi. So each one of you just asking inside.
We call for the presence of Saint Francis of Assisi and feel that loving, gentle energy coming to you. His vibration was so soft and loving that even the animals would come up to him. A divine masculine energy. Very nice. And so, rather than name many of the masters, we assist to bring their energy into the room right now.
And so we call of all the ascended masters wishing us in this process.
And just feel many masters coming to you, joining their energies into your etheric, and you will have a connection perhaps to one or two of them from your past lives. And so you might feel a particular master, known or unknown, coming to you right now and relaxing into the energy field. You're held by the ascended masters. It is that simple. It is that easy. So now the angels and the masters are creating and holding the other group that we all other the star families.
The star families are representatives of civilizations from your universe who have gone through the process that humanity is going through now, the process of awakening. These star families have reached mass enlightenment and beyond. They live in the quantum field. And so we ask each one of you now just to ask inside with a curiosity, with an openness for the presence of all the benevolent star families who are wishing to assist this day.
We call for the presence of all the star families. And just feel, for now, there are many coming to connect with you. Just asking come closer. They are in light bodies, very high vibration, and so they come gently. And as you invite them, they will come closer. So now we are all being held in a multitude of frequencies, all here to support this process. And so now we move into the quantum field. Nothing to do. Intention is all that is necessary to start experiencing from an expanded viewpoint. As we have said, is an aspect of your own energy that has been stuck in a sense, that has been vibrating at this younger age, because at that age there was a misunderstanding about life that he or she could not deal with in that. Whatever wish ourselves to you. Because we are working with all of you together, we can guide you in a general way. When you invite your inner child to come to you, do not visualize your child from a photograph that you know of. Just allow them to come to you. Do not ask them to resolve a particular situation. Allow them to bring the situation to you. And so now, beloved, each one of you, just asking inside, and you need to have a strong intention, but just asking for your inner child to come to you. Just calling forth your inner child. And this requires you to be trusting and allowing. And just to allow the visualization and the feeling of the inner child to come to you. Some of you can easily see in your feel seeing. You can sense the child. You can sense how they are. You can even sometimes sense what they are wearing. But it is not a picture in the mind as you are used to seeing with the physical eyes. It is encouraging your inner vision to open. So each of you now, just asking inside for your inner child to come to you. Allow yourself to imagine, to image your inner child, and to see her or to see him as they come to you. You have to really want to connect with them, because you are connecting to them at a time that was difficult. And so you as the adult wants to support them in freeing them from this difficulty. So calling forth your inner child. And when you can see them or feel them or sense them, really tune into them. Tune into them. What are they doing something? Are they having fun or are they missing? What is it? Not how you want to see them, how they are presenting themselves to you. And so as you see this little one, just watch for a moment. How are they? What is happening with them? What is it that they wish to show you about this moment, this particular age? How old are they, do you think? Hmm. They can come at any age, either from the baby all the way up to teenage years. How old are they right now? And as you tune into them, what is the situation that is difficult for them right now? And as you see them in the mind's eye, now put yourself, the adult, into the picture as well, a little distance from them. But see yourself there and the little one, a little distance. So you are kneeling down in this image within your mind. You are kneeling down so you are on the same kind of level as the inner child. And then you say to her, you say to him, hello, I am with you. I love you. I love you. And just notice, does the inner child, does she look at you? Does he respond in any way? And so just say to them, hey, I am here with you now. I love you. I would like to help you. I would like to hold you. Can I hold you? Can I take you in my arms? Will you come to me? So just ask the little child, ask him or her, will you come to me? And see yourself putting your arms out towards them in your mind's eye picture. Just putting your arms out towards them, saying, hey, come here. I love you. Can I hold you? And so for some of you, the little one has come to you already. And so place your arms around them. Some of you, the child has not come yet. And to talk to them a little more, to convince them you really wanting to help them. You want to love them. And so you say, I'm sorry, I did not, but I am here now. I love you. Come here. I haven't been here in the past, but I'm here now. And I will stay connected to you because I do love you. And so just coax them, invite them, show them that you love them, and invite them to come to you, to come to you. And then when the little one comes to you, sit with them in your lap with your arms around. Gently rock them because that gentle rocking motion often reminds them of a loving space with their mother. So gently rocking them. If I so overlit with the blessing so that she can also send her love to the little one so that they can come to you. And so as you hold them and you rock them, gently stroking their back, feeling your neck or snuggling up to you, gently loving them. and just tuning in. What is the situation? What is the problem that they have? What is it that caused them to shut down? And as you tune into this, explain to them what was going on. In our example of the two parents shouting, you will say to them, hey, it was horrible, I know. Such loud energies, such anger, but it is okay. It was not your fault. You did not do anything wrong. They, they are the reason that they are feeling it. So, in your explanation, what the situation is, explain to them it was not your fault. You did not realize what was going on. I love you. It is okay. This is what was really happening. This was why you misunderstood. But it is okay now. You can let it go. This is not your fault. You can let it go. I love you. I am here. I will take care of you. Some situations, the little child needs to know that you will be there all the time, that you will take care of her, of him. Let them know this. Let them feel it. As we said before, children, maybe 5 or 6 or under, they work on a feeling sense. So when you feel your explanation, not so much listen of it, but the feeling that you are saying, hey, it is okay. It is not your fault. You can relax. You are okay. And in this way, the child will relax. The child will accept and can let it go. And as you hold them and as you watch them, you can usually see the change. Maybe they start to smile. Maybe they snuggle into you more, but you will feel them as they let go of the situation that you have been explaining to them. And the beauty is, as you let go of this, as you talk to them, it is being let go in the adult conditioning also. That vibration of that fear or of that limitation, as the little one dissolves it, it is dissolving from the totality of your being. And so it disappears from your adult life. Mm. I will be with you. And it is important, especially when you start this inner child work, to talk to them regularly during your day. And so we suggest when you wake up in the morning, you say, hello, time to get up. And when you go to bed, hey, let's go to sleep now. I see you in the morning. But also, when you are first connecting with the inner child, then do things that the inner child would enjoy. Would you like to come shopping with me? Would you like to go for a walk? When you go shopping, you say to her or to him, what would you like to eat? And listen, what would the little one like to eat? And buy that and enjoy it with them. In this way, the inner child gets to feel your sincerity, your love. And in this way, the child trusts you, and in all the subsequent times that you connect with them, it is easier and easier for them to show you them. And as they dissolve, your life as an adult becomes easier, more creative, more joy. And as we said earlier, the little one has come from beyond the veil, that place of permanent love, joy, creativity. Your guidance from your higher self comes from this place. And so, as the little one becomes more free, your guidance becomes clearer. Your access to the quantum field becomes easier. And so the whole process begins to accelerate. You love yourself more. You discover new avenues of creativity in your life. Beloved ones, the inner child work is a great doorway into self-freedom, self-realization. I love you. I will see you again. I will be talking to you. I love you. And so we are going to very gently bring this meditation to a close, loving the little one, and very slowly and gently bringing your awareness back into the room. And so we gently come back and we're going to. There we are.
So, how was that for you? That meditation. So, if the sound was being funny for you, just hang in there. We'll send you an MP3 of the meditation. But go ahead and type in and let us know how that was for you if you could experience it. Great, cool. So Nancy's saying that was beyond wonderful. Lynn is saying amazing. Thank you so much. Cool. So we like Elkar said, in order to take this inner child work deeper, it's important to do this process again and again. It's important to establish, it's like a relationship, really.
Absolutely, yeah. And so there's many different ways of proceeding with this. With this book, initially, it's great to be part of a group if you can make it.
Yes.
And because the Stargate inner child work is so important, we do it quite regularly. And we have one that's coming up in about a month. It's pretty soon.
Yeah, we have one coming up in the Netherlands in May, starting on May 4th.
4 days.
For 4 days.
His music is the background to our meditations. When it's live, it's a totally different quality.
And also when when you do the inner child work live, it creates the opportunity for you to actually work with Alcazar.
He works with you individually, and as somebody brings up a topic, then Alcazar through that topic. And the amazing thing is, when he's working with one person, it touches other people, and they find similar things happening, dissolving in their process too. So if you feel to, come join us in the Netherlands. And we know that we have this beautiful translator, Beatrice,
translating into Italian,
sharing this in Italy. And that's happening, again, it's a 4-day workshop, and that's starting on, let me see, October the 6th. So those are 2 places this year.
Yeah, and people are writing all kinds of wonderful comments about being with their inner child. And one woman said, I felt her pain and I soothed her. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Sarah is asking an interesting.
You're a walk-in.
Well, you're walking into a body that still has the same inner child work. So you just use the same process, because you've just come in to the consciousness and the limitations that are held by the other one. So just use the same process.
Someone's saying that her cat enjoyed the inner child process. The inner kitten.
I don't know whether it applies to the cats, but they
feel the energy.
They really love the energy. Yeah.
Cool. So we wanted to share a link with you because we realize that a lot of you aren't able to come join us live. If you can come join us live, do it, because it's the most powerful way to go through this process. But if you can't, we've made with 8 2-hour sessions all about the inner child and freeing various aspects, like various issues like anger, lack of abundance, a lot of the ones that we've talked about today. And so if this is something that you feel has benefited you, I would has shared. So we'll have Ashley put the link to these 3 different options for either coming to the Netherlands, Italy, or online, so that you can
join us.
Yeah, join us
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Well,
we see there's quite a few questions coming up. If you can actually mark your questions, then we can see them more easily as they scroll through.
And you do that just by clicking the little chat speech bubble, and if you click it, it will give you the option to make it a question mark.
So again, we apologize for the difficult. That's the way, unfortunately, with the internet. So there's always a potential for distortions.
Sometime in the near future, we're gonna get some really good internet, but we're waiting for that to come. The online program, I should mention, has already happened, and what we are offering is the recordings from the online program, and it's a webinar who are going through it at the same time.
Okay. I think we're done.
Okay.
You think of anything else?
No, this is during pregnancy we're too strong. A really great question.
Let's see what Alcazar says.
Okay.
Beloved one, when pregnancy is happening, beautiful for the mother to connect with the child within and the child in the womb. because the child in the womb will feel the tension that you have, freedom of self and freedom for the little one that is coming to join you. This process is about loving self deeply, loving the inner child, to allow that situation from the past to be dissolved so that the energy in a sense energy that is cycling around in an old pattern. As the pattern dissolves, that energy can come and becomes part of your creativity. So, beloved ones, yes, work with the child, inner child, when you are pregnant, should you choose to. Everything is a gift. Okay?
Hmm.
So, one thing that Bree just mentioned to me, to remind people to drink plenty of water. In all these Stargate processes, drink water. In fact, the last not drinking enough water, I've had a kind of a mild headache or head pressure, and I realized, whoa, I just haven't been drinking as much as I usually do. And particularly the last,
The
what was it
fear
called? The fear
meditations.
meditation, which is part of the last of the you
Youthing.
thing. There was a lot of release happening for me.
Can find some electrolytes to put in your water.
That
Mhm.
helps, but
Yeah.
preferably ones without too much sugar.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so we love you and we thank you. If you have questions, sign up for the Stargate Academy Facebook page. It's a group if you're not already on there, and then you can ask your questions there and answer them.
Indeed. And someone's asking what are the dates in Italy. If you just click through to the link that we shared, you'll see all the information about the Netherlands workshop, the Italy workshop, and the online program to take it deeper. Yeah, and thank you to the Stargate too, which is shining.
I know energy is coming through the window.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What are these last questions?
Someone asking if we have to call in the etheric Stargate at the beginning.
It always helps because it's that Stargate energy that is really supporting the process to help you connect into the quantum field.
Yeah, it's the Stargate energy that's bringing through, like almost acting as
and those people that have a physical Stargate have probably noticed it already. As soon as you kind of sit down to meditate with it, it activates because you run through this process so many times that just you're sitting down to meditate, the activation happens because the Stargate responds to you and your intention. But initially, yes, always invite the etheric Stargate and activate it.
okay.
Okay, so it's really beautiful, as you can see, and I think we're going to go for a little walk
That sounds great.
and enjoy the nature.
I'll take my inner child with me.
Okay, much love. See you
Okay.
again somewhere on this
Bye.
little planet.